ready?
I'm ready. I keep checking my levels, and like when I talk, normally they look fine, but every once in a while I glance over and they're overdriving it. Last time I was too loud, so I had to like do all this funky stuff but it was still clipping, so it was cutting the top and the bottom because I was going too loud. So I just have to keep an eye on making sure that it's not going in the red too much. But I also can't have it too low, so
There's a happy medium, and I feel like it's so touchy, and
It's really
haven't
hard.
found that.
It's really hard to get it. It's so weird because the first few episodes were fine.
Yeah,
They're just fine.
yeah, they were.
And then
I had to go and mess it up with my microphone.
No, it wasn't.
The other way.
That was one time.
Why do you sound so tinny? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've got the microphone set up.
Oh.
Funny. You are so bright.
I know.
I'm not used to this brightness. No, it's good. I'm just used to like the artificial brightness, and this is natural light from the outside world.
Yeah. There's little woodland creatures playing outside my window too.
Oh, any possums?
No, I think it's squirrels. I see bunnies sometimes too, but I think what I just saw now was a squirrel. See, now I'm over driving. God damn it. Motherfucker. Ah, that definitely went over. Okay, we're gonna try.
I believe in us.
Me too. All right, should we just count down and get started so anything we jibber jabber about can go inside?
Anything we say and do can be used in the podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, friends, and welcome to the Activity Continues podcast. We're your hosts. This is Megan reporting to you from her basement.
And this is Amy, also coming to you from her basement.
I felt like I just wanted to ad-lib that in there.
No, that's cool. Ad-lib whatever you want.
People were like, where are you from? Where are you recording from? It's the basement.
It's the basement. Thanks
for joining us again this week. Amy is recapping. It's her episode, so she's recapping the Dead Files episode called Sudden Awakening, and it is from season 14, and it's episode 9, and it's from this year. It aired March 12th of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So just a few months ago.
Yeah. Doesn't that seem like I remember watching the last new episode, and I feel like that was a long time ago.
Yeah. It wasn't.
No.
Didn't we watch the season 14 finale together?
Did we? We might have.
Or no, I don't know if
we talked about it.
Watching it together. I think we were watching it together. You were at your house
at the same time,
and we were texting about it.
That sounds right. Yeah,
that sounds
right. This next season that comes up, we should do that, but like do a watch party.
Yeah,
and anybody who wants to join and watch with us, we could. I think
that would be fun. That would be really fun.
Yeah. So this one I chose because I'm a member of a Facebook group about the Dead Files and Dead Files fans and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody had posted a question saying, I have some activity in my house and I would like the Dead Files to come out. I just don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Should I put my name in the hat and all that? And has anybody experienced this? Anybody been on the show? And a few people said yes. And one guy said yes. And he gave a little bit of stuff about his experience. And he said it was this episode, this last season, 14, episode 9. And so I thought, well, I could probably, check in with him and see if he would be willing to come on the show as a guest.
So cool.
So awesome. So that's why I picked it. And then I watched it and then it was really good. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I did send him a message on Facebook. I didn't private message him. I just commented in the thing. So I don't know if he'll see it. Hopefully he will. But
hopefully,
Randy, if you're out there,
we'd love to
get in touch with me. We would love to have you on the show.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah.
Not in a very platonic way.
Yes, does not.
We are both happily married.
That's right. That's right.
We will not be seeking outside fun, but we can have platonic friends.
That's right. Absolutely.
Who love ghosts.
Yeah.
Because skeptic Greg does not believe in them, nor does skeptic John.
No. No.
He used to, but then he went to the Shining Hotel and nothing happened there. And now he thinks that they're not real.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Steve doesn't see anything either.
No.
Steve
But he believes.
Chevy. He believes because he knows that Amy's not full of shit.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
I told John, I'm like, they're not performing monkeys.
Yeah.
Like ready for when you say jump and they go, sure.
Yeah.
Ghosts have standards.
Exactly.
Okay. They're not going to violate them. Yes.
Right.
Anywho.
Well, and also, even if they did, I mean, they could be there dancing and singing, and if he's not sensitive, he's not going to see it or hear it.
Yeah.
And you or I might.
Oh my God. You and I would hear everything. I would shit my pants. You would try to be you would be trying to talk to them. I would be cowering, screaming in the corner.
I would try to talk to them. Unless they were mean, then I would beat feet. But
and you would be like, listen, if you're gonna be sassy with me, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Oh, I like sassy. They can be sassy.
Not when they're yelling in your ear.
Yeah. Yeah, that was annoying. Yeah. Anyway.
I got a cricket. So I've been making jewelry with my new cricket. Oh my God, I'm in
What's
love.
a cricket? I mean, I know it's
designs. Here, let me see if you can.
Oh, you have shown me. Yeah. Okay. So how does it work? What is it?
So you pick a design and it cuts it out. And then depending on like the material, you peel it off and then you stick it on whatever you want to. So you can make t-shirts and coffee mugs and glasses and bags and, whatever you want to do.
So what's the material that you peel off and stick onto something?
It depends. Like this stuff that I used was vinyl, permanent vinyl. So you just stick it on there and then I resined over it to seal it in.
Okay.
I'm like, look at these flamingos. Are they not the cutest things you've ever seen?
Really cute. Yeah, I think you sent me a picture of those.
I probably did. So
I'm wondering if it's the same kind of deal as back when I was in a Facebook group called Drinkerinos, which was murderinos that like to share drink recipes and stuff. And there was a guy there who made glasses.
Yeah.
Drinking glasses.
Yep.
And they're like little stemless wine glasses, or they can be, I have a whiskey tumbler too, but they were like die cut, I think he called it. And so he had like Drinkerinos and then your name underneath it. And they would peel it out. He'd make the designs, peel them off, stick them onto the glasses. And then
that's 100% what it is.
Fix them somehow. Okay, cool.
Yep. And then he'd probably use like drink safe Mod Podge to seal them in.
Okay.
So you can drink it, wash it, everything. And it's, it seals it in so it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
That's so quick. I got the smaller one for a really good deal.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been claying and cricketing to my little heart's content. Yeah.
Fine. Maybe you could make us some glasses. Those
I
fat
know,
glasses.
I totally could.
Or little rebel drinking glasses.
If you can send me the design, our little ghosty dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could do something.
Oh, fun. Okay.
I was thinking about that before. I'm like, if people do that, they can order from us and we could cut out the middle person and maybe charge them less and us make more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to send it to me. Yeah.
Okay. Will do.
Yep.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, if you want to send me Ghosty Dude.
Okay.
Which we need a name.
We need a name. I know somebody suggested the name Puka.
Oh, what? That might have been Amy.
That could have been, yeah. It was somebody that's, it wasn't the rando. It was somebody.
She sent me a ton of names. I like Puka.
Puka's really cute.
That's the name of the dog from Anastasia.
Oh, yeah?
The cartoon. Yeah.
Doesn't Puka, I should have looked this up ahead of time, but I didn't know we were going to talk about it. But doesn't Puka mean something? It's like a type of entity or something?
Puka.
Megan to the Google.
Yes, it's a goblin. The puka, or an Irish puka, is a phantom fairy creature that features in Celtic. Is that right? Or is it Celtic? Celtic with a hard C. Folklore and fairy tales of Ireland. A similar fairy entity appears in the mythology of Scotland, Wales, Cornwall, Channel Islands, and Brittany. Okay, puka it is, considering Ireland is our second most listened country.
Right.
The entity's name is Puka.
Okay, let's do it.
Done.
Done and done. And whoever We'll have to figure out whoever suggested that, and we'll send them a little sticker or something.
Yeah.
I got these stickers.
Stickers.
You can't really see because the light is bad, but they're like,
I love a good sticker.
you know, it's not like this whole thing. It comes like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you can see that. Anyway.
I love it.
Cool.
You get a sticker and you get a
sticker and you get a sticker. Okay.
I wanted to do a shark. I'm sorry. Last thing about cricket. I wanted to do a shark shirt for my son, and it was so cute, and it had all these different shark names on it. But it's too big because my cricket Joy, it's a little one, so it's like this big. So I'm gonna try to see if I can maybe switch the design around and print it vertically instead of horizontally.
Oh, sure.
Because it is so cute. I don't know if you saw, but I did post a Shark Week. Every day he was
his outfit. Yeah. You did.
I had to represent.
That's really cute.
Oh my God.
You should take those pictures and put a little sticker over his face or something if you want to, and then put them. Yeah. We can put them on Instagram or something.
I can do that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Because I'm sure there are other people out there with children. I'm sure they would like to see it
too. A couple.
Here and there.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine.
And go.
I just wanted to mention, in our group chat, we were talking about shows to watch that were similar to the Dead Files, but not, because I think it was Carrie that was asking about it.
Yep,
and
she was out. Yep.
And she'd seen them all, and she was looking for something else to watch, and so we were throwing stuff out there. And Melissa said that she's been watching something called Rescue Mediums, which I have watched a couple of those too, but she watches them not on TV, but on a website called veryparanormal.com. And I went out there, and it's like a Hulu or something. Nice. It's all these different paranormal type shows, and so yeah.
Nice.
And I don't think they have commercials. Maybe they do, and I just didn't see them. But it's a cool site, so I will put that in the show notes if people want to go out and watch some other fun things. And if you see anything you like out there, let us know.
Let us know
if you want us to cover something. And
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Who watches shows on TV anymore?
I know.
That is so 1980.
I know. My mom is now moved into her new place.
Yeah.
And
thank God.
I know. Thank God. So I set her up. I have a funny story about that too, but I have several, but I'm not going to do all of them. That's a different podcast. but no, I was over at her house. This isn't the funny story, but I was over at her house setting up her cable. She has Xfinity Comcast cable. And so I'm showing her, we're looking at the screen and all that. And I'm like, how do you even just pick what's on now? I have no idea when anything is on. I don't know when anything is on. I don't have a schedule.
No.
I go, I haven't seen Murders in the Building in a while. Let's see if there's any new ones. And I go back and look at that. Now, that one I do happen to know that they're on Tuesdays, because every once in a while on a Monday night, we turn it on and we're like, damn it, there isn't anything.
For the record, I have finally gotten into that show.
Oh, okay.
It took a while. It was a bit of a slow start for me, but I just think Selena Gomez is just the cutest. She's adorable.
So good. And she is holding her own against those icons, which is props to her.
I mean, you got Steve Martin and Martin Short, two of the most iconic comedian legends since the 60s.
Yeah.
And little cute, adorable Selena. Yeah, she's doing it.
She is.
I just love her so much. Yeah. She's so cute. I know. Anyway, I derailed us again.
No, that's fine. No,
we're setting it up.
So but I was just saying, I don't know how people watch TV like that. Because I just watch stuff when I want to watch it.
Time is a social construct anyway.
Yeah, I know.
That is what COVID has taught us. I know. I remember, when a show like Buffy, I used to love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I had to clear my night. I couldn't, 6:58. And I'm like, I got to get downstairs to watch Buffy. And now you can watch it at 3.
Anytime you want. You can watch it 10 years from now if you want to.
Yeah, it'll still be there. So, that's crazy.
Try explaining that to an 85-year-old woman who has 7,000 DVDs and VHS and Betamax that she wants to bring all to her house.
What's a Betamax?
For real?
Yeah.
It is
DVD.
It is
VHS.
Okay. It is the tape that the recording home recording tape that we had before VHS. It's Betamax is a little bit smaller than a VHS,
Uh-huh.
and it's actually more well made, lasts longer, yada yada. But it was more expensive to make, and so when VHS came along, everybody just stopped using Betamax, and then whatever. So, but we
play it on
a Betamax player.
Oh, okay.
But you don't. They don't. I don't think they make them anymore.
I would assume.
But my mom has like 3 of them, so you can always go to Barbie's house and watch it over there.
We have 3 VHSs, so if one of hers breaks, come to the Simmons. We'll hook you up.
Okay. Yeah. She's got a few of those too. Although we did leave a couple of them in her house. Don't tell her. She knows. I mean, we had the conversation, but I think she might still go looking for them. But we didn't need 4 of everything.
No.
She had 4 and 5 of everything. We don't.
John's the same. I'm like, why do we need 5 pizza cutters? We might need them. No, we're not going to be making 32 pizzas at once.
Where 5 people have to be cutting at the same time.
Yeah. There's 3 of us in this house, and one of them is an extremely picky toddler who will only eat 5 things.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad she's all moved in.
She's all moved in. And this is the kind of funny thing. Yesterday, she did laundry for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And it's on a different floor than she lives on. It's the floor below her. And so she had to text me play by play of everything. I'm going to go do laundry now. I'm like, okay. Do you remember where it is? Yep. And then she texted me back and she's like, okay, I put all my stuff in the wash. And there was a cute guide on there that showed me how to do everything. I'm like, okay, Mom, you better start wearing lipstick when you go do laundry and stuff. Because don't be out there with your, witch hair and everything.
Wear your good girdle.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was funny.
Oh, Barb.
I know.
She is living the life now.
She is. And then she said a couple guys from down the hall came over and asked her if she wanted to come and play 500.
Oh, can I go stay at this place? I was playing card games.
I know. She doesn't know how to play. No, it was bridge.
Oh,
they asked her about bridge. She doesn't know how to play bridge.
Well, they could teach.
But I know. But she does know how to play 500, and they suggested that too. And then she said, but I know how to play poker. And they just kind of looked at each other because, they probably thought she's a heathen.
Yeah.
But
gambling.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Well, you can play poker with chips. It doesn't have to be money,
Right.
She and her friends play with pennies, which I guess is money, but that.
Or like candies. Or Skittles. Or,
right.
Something. Yeah. That doesn't have any financial, monetary value.
Right. Well, the pennies hardly do anymore anyway. So
I don't even know why we still have pennies.
I know. They talked for a while about getting rid of pennies and just having everything round up to the nickel.
To the nickel. They didn't do that.
No.
Clearly.
No. Okay. The other thing is I started a new job. Sort of. I mean, it's a new client, let's say.
Yeah. Oh,
because I'm not an employee, but so
are you getting paid?
Yes.
See, there we go.
So I was training all last week, and I will be training this coming week, and then I will be able to make my own hours and do it how I want.
Congrats! I'm so excited.
Thanks.
That is great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So that has been taking up a bunch of my time, and so I have gotten so behind that and moving my mom. I've gotten so behind on videos, on editing videos.
You were hardly texting me, and I was feeling very upset.
I know. I would look at my phone after it had been not even on my person for 5 hours, and I'm like, "Oh God, Megan texted me a long time ago. She's gonna think I'm dead."
Or that you're mad at me. Those are literally the only 2 options. Oh my God, you're either dead or you're pissed off. I don't know which one is worse.
I might have been pissed off, but not at you. So
Zoom makes my skin look so clear.
Oh, you must have that filter thing. It makes me look splotchy sometimes. It looks okay now. I just look really pale.
Hello.
I always think I should do my eyebrows. Like when I go out in public, usually I fill them in because they're so light now.
Mm-hmm.
But my glasses sit right there. So I'm like, what's the point?
What's the point? Yeah. I take mine off because I hate them, but that's just me.
Okay. So anyway, videos. I did 3 in the last couple of days. Yes. So those are up now. I am in the midst of doing episode 27.
Yeah, you're almost caught up.
So 27, 28.
29.
29.
Right? Yep. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. We've almost made 30.
Almost. And then I have 2 new podcast recommendations.
Okay.
I don't think I've even told you about these yet.
No, you haven't.
Both of these I found out about on, again, a Facebook group. What?
Are they Boopod?
No.
Okay.
No, they're not. One of them certainly could be, but it
Yeah.
isn't. So I found out both of these from a Facebook group that recommends podcasts to each other.
Mm-hmm.
First one is called Malevolent.
Ooh, that sounds scary.
And it's, I mean, I wouldn't say it's scary yet. It's definitely got a creepy vibe to it. But I wanted to.
I have nightmares.
I do too, but whatever. Okay. So, no, I do. I mean,
Whatever.
I have nightmares whether I listen to this shit or not.
That's true.
So, might as well give it some context, make it cool.
And you could direct the dream.
Yeah. I've done that before. That's cool. Lucid dreaming.
I have not. I know Christine from And That's Why We Drink. She was practicing lucid dreaming, and I have not.
It's cool. I wouldn't say that I know exactly what I'm doing, but sometimes I have a lucid dream. When I wake up for real and I realize that I'm actually awake, I'm like, oh, that's what that was. And then I can sort of talk myself back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
continue
cool.
the story.
That's cool.
It is cool. Okay, so I'm going to read the description of this Malevolent podcast. Do not fear the dark. Fear what darkness brings. Is the tagline.
Okay. Yep, I'm scared.
Arkham private investigator Arthur Lester wakes up with no memory of who he is or what has happened, only a nameless, eerie voice guiding him through the darkness. Blind, terrified, and confused, his journey will lead him towards a series of mysteries in the hopes of understanding the truth of what has transpired. As cosmic horrors seep into the world around, Arthur must ask himself whether this entity truly seeks to help him, or if his intentions are more...
Malevolent. Is it fiction?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It is. And I didn't really look into it too much. I've listened to one episode 3 times because I keep putting it on at midnight and I fall asleep. But I finally got through it. And it's good. It's just that I'm fucking tired.
At midnight, everybody's tired. Most people are tired.
Yeah, most people are tired. But the person that recommended it said that the creator does all of the voices himself.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So far it's super cool. It is a little eerie, but I wouldn't say it's scary.
Okay.
It's weird because like he wakes up and he doesn't know where he is. He like comes to and he's in his office. Mm-hmm. And then this creepy voice is saying to him, like the voice can see through his eyes, but he can't see through his eyes. So he's blind.
That's in my list right now.
So like the voice in his head will say, look over to the left. And then he'll look to the left and he'll say, okay, that's where your desk is. Walk that way. That kind of thing. So it almost feels like a video game. It almost feels like you're walking through a video game. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's really cool.
Okay. Yep. I'm just followed it. So.
Okay, good. So the other one, and this is very different. This one is called Who Shat on the Floor at My Wedding?
Love it. Honestly, I mean, I think we all would like an answer to that question.
Yeah. So this is a true story involving 2 brides and 1 turd. What do you do if someone defecates on the floor at your wedding? Reevaluate your friends and family? No. You launch an investigation to find out who did it. Absolutely. Join the brides, Helen McLaughlin and Karen Whitehouse, and the extremely underqualified detective, in quotes, Lauren Kilby, as they interrogate wedding guests, hook bridesmaids up to polygraph machines, and speak with top forensic experts in an attempt to crack the case. Because crime is not a laughing matter. Well, maybe except for this one.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
And apparently it's real. I think the ladies are Australian.
What's it called?
It's called
Who Shat on the Floor at My Wedding.
Yes, Who Shat on the Floor at My Wedding. I'll put links to both.
Episode 1, a crime was committed. Okay.
It's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Especially the lady who's the quote unquote detective.
Mm-hmm.
She's funny.
Okay. I just added both of those.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So, friends, if you guys listen to those, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I thought the second one was pretty funny. I only listened to the trailer in one episode, and then I'm about that far in the Malevolent too. And then I'd forgotten all about his name. I just lost his name from Star Trek. Reads.
George Reed.
No, the guy who reads. LeVar Burton.
Oh, LeVar Burton. Yeah.
LeVar Burton reads. So I was skimming through those, and he did one called Afterlife, and it's a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Yeah, I like him. I listen to that one every now and then when I
used to. I used to all the time.
I used to when it first came out.
Yeah.
I was like every week, but it's been on now for quite a while.
Yeah.
Because it came out when I was living in my apartment in Farmington, and I've been in this house now almost 5 years. So
wow.
It's been out for quite a while.
Yeah.
But he's just so
he's
calming.
Got a great voice.
Yeah, he does. So every now and then I listen to him.
Yeah.
So
I do too. I just forgot all about it. I've been listening to so many other things when I go to sleep. So
yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything that you want to cover?
I sure don't. I already did. It's my cricket. It's the highlight of my life now.
Okay. What is the highlight of your life?
Cricket.
Oh, cricket.
It's not my child. No.
No.
Backseat.
Yeah.
He's walking. Whatever. He doesn't need me. Get him. Get a job.
Time to move along, little dude.
I know. Here, let me get you your little suitcase and hit the road.
Oh boy! If only it were that easy.
That is just a joke. I will not be kicking out my toddler son. Please don't send CPS. Yes. We heard somebody.
We've heard a report.
Out her toddler. It's like get a job. I just don't think that's right. I'm kidding.
Mind your own beeswax, people. Okay, so yeah.
Do we dive in? 30 minutes?
Yep, dive right in. 30 minutes in.
Just jump on in really quick.
Yep. So the trigger warning, content warning, whatever I have on this is that they do discuss suicide and a plane crash, both in history, not current. Again, it's called Sudden Awakening, the episode, and it's season 14, episode 9. It originally aired March 12th of 2022, and I already told you why I chose it. So this one takes place in Shelby Township, Michigan, which is about an hour outside of Detroit. The clients are Holly and Randy. Randy. And Holly and Randy say that terrible things are happening in the house that are destroying their health and their marriage. They show a short edited video clip of the two of them talking about it, which I assume that's their submission video, which I don't think they've always done that, but this is the most recent episode. So
yeah, I've noticed they've done that. I think in season 14, they've shown a couple times.
Okay.
Like the submission video.
Yep. So the first thing we see is Amy arriving there, and right away she says she doesn't feel safe in this area and it's making her sick. And she actually says, I need to get out.
Oh, but that's never good.
Yeah. Like right out the gate. Mm-mm.
She's been there 3 seconds.
Yeah. Well, but also remember she opened up a long time ago, like probably even the night before, the day before, but at the hotel or wherever she stays. But yeah.
At the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
I hope they put them up in nice places.
I know, right? None of this Motel 6 shit. Not that there's anything wrong with Motel 6. Side story. Sorry. So when I was with my first husband, we were driving because he was in the military. And so we moved a lot. And so we were driving. I think we were going from Texas to California. We pulled in a hotel, got our room, and I checked in and everything. We walk into the room. There is a man sitting in the dark on the bed.
What?
Yeah. No TV. Lights aren't on.
Like a real human, not a ghost?
Well, I don't know. Because we just closed the door.
Beat feet and red?
Immediately. Yeah. But I walked in. I saw it was dark, okay, because it was like the nighttime because we'd been driving U-Haul all day. And yeah, we got in there and there was just feet, like someone was sitting on the edge of the bed, feet flat on the ground. We backed out and went to the front desk and we were like, there's someone in our room and we're not staying there.
Yeah.
So.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I wonder if they went back in and. How would someone get there?
Oh my God, now I never even thought that that was a ghost up until this very minute. It probably was, because if
Really?
nobody was supposed to be checked in,
Well,
how would
yeah.
they have gotten in there?
Yeah.
If the
Unless they worked there or
housekeeper-
something.
I mean, I
And
guess,
they thought
yeah,
the room was open.
empty, or yeah, it was
Yeah.
nobody. Anyways, ooh, okay. So anyway, they put him up in a nice room. We're back to
Interesting.
Randy and his
Okay.
wife.
So, yeah, Steve sits down with Holly,
Mhm.
and she says that she feels like she's being attacked, and she's really worried about her daughters. She has 2
Mhm.
daughters, Heather, 19, and Audrey, 16.
Mhm.
They have lived in this house for 21 years. Everything was fine up until 3 years ago.
Did they remodel?
Nope. This has to do with the youngest daughter, Audrey, the one who's 16. She was doing some kind of track practice in school, and she fell. And I assume she hit her head. She just said she fell. And after that, she started seeing dead people.
Ugh,
And that's when the activity grew or
Yeah.
started. Yeah. So now Audrey feels like she has to protect the family.
Mhm.
And Steve points out that's a lot of responsibility for a 16-year-old. Poor kid.
Yes, poor girl.
Oh, this family is so sweet too. I mean, I feel so bad for them. So they hear voices, they have mood changes, horrible health issues, and most recently, physical violence.
Oh God.
Holly, the mother, has had 21 surgeries in the past few years and has chronic pain.
Oh.
She never really went into what those surgeries are, but yeah, 21 surgeries in a few years
In
is
like 3 years.
not okay. Yeah,
That's 7 a year.
yeah, it's not.
That's a lot.
It's not normal.
No.
So she says Randy has fits of rage, and it's not like him at all. She believes that something is trying to tear them apart. Heather, the 19-year-old daughter, has changed too. She lashes out, screams in anger, and has no idea where it's coming from.
Ugh.
And they're basically all, on top of it all, suffering from depression.
Great.
So Steve says, well, why don't you just get out of here? Why are you staying?
We want to
And-
fight.
Yeah, no, she gives what I think is the best reason I
Really?
have heard on this show yet.
Okay, let's hear it.
She's afraid whatever it is will follow them.
Valid. Yep.
Yeah,
Frank followed me.
yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. Why would you go to all the trouble of moving
If it's just
out
gonna
of this
follow you.
house they love and they've been in for 21 years if it's just going to follow you?
I mean, their children were born there,
Mhm.
not necessarily in the house, but
Mhm.
they lived there when their children were born.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of
Yeah.
memories and a lot of emotional ties.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be tough.
Yep.
Okay.
So I thought that was a pretty good.
A valid
excuse.
reason.
Yeah, for sure. So now we see Amy and Matt. They're in the bedroom, and she hears a living woman and a dead woman both crying, and says they're. Oopsie.
See, Tiger.
My microphone just jumped at me.
Did you
It's like not even near the edge of the
did you hit a
box. it's
cord?
sitting. Maybe. I'm gonna I'll put the cord back there. We're starting.
Maybe the spirits don't like us covering this episode.
Don't talk about this.
Hey,
So
we're gonna do it. We're gonna fight. Just kidding. I'm not gonna fight. Please don't come at me.
only love and light is allowed. Only love and light, or whatever that mantra is that you're supposed to.
I do not accept the negative energy
Yes.
from this video. I do not accept the negative energy.
It's something you're supposed to say. I'll have to memorize it so I don't
Okay.
fuck up and get something following me. Anyhow,
Oh Lord.
so Amy and Matt are in the bedroom. I believe this is the parents' bedroom.
Mhm.
She hears a living woman and a dead woman both crying, and she says they are linked together. The dead woman is trying to hold the hand of the living woman, and it's putting the dead woman's emotions into the living woman.
Okay.
So then we go back to Steve, and he's still with Holly, and they're in that bedroom now. And she says she hears a woman and a man having a full-on conversation, but she thinks that they're trying to be quiet so that she doesn't hear them. And she hears this in the middle of the day. Like,
Mhm.
this is not while she's sleeping at night.
Yeah.
This is bright,
She's not moving.
broad daylight. No, she's not boozing. She saw a tall, dark shadow shadow figure in the hallway outside her bedroom.
Oh.
She describes it as about 7 feet tall with a rounded hood, big rounded hood and a cape,
Oh, so like death.
sort of like the, yeah.
Mhm.
And she thinks it's evil. Well, really.
Oh, gee.
And
That's crazy. How'd you get to that conclusion? Calm down, Holly. Just kidding.
just every TV show and movie we've ever seen.
I know.
Yeah.
Just every depiction of spirits in any medium.
Yeah.
No pun
especially when
intended.
it's evil to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she thinks it will either destroy the family or hurt one of the girls.
Neither is a good option. Can we
Uh-uh.
get a third option, Tom? Third option.
Dogs are behind me making noise.
I know. I see Gracie.
There's Digby.
Oh, Digby. Did Gracie leave? She
No,
wasn't
she's
there.
right here.
Oh, okay.
There
See, I
she-
knew I
oh,
saw her.
can't see her.
Look
There
at
she
the
is.
pretty girl.
Okay. So now in this scene, I can't tell where Amy and Matt are, but I don't think they're still in that room. But she describes how a male came in who was extremely tall and rail thin, wearing a black suit and had a huge head that was like a decomposing skull.
I hope she does not draw that.
Well, she says he's definitely the problem here.
Oh, so she draws that.
The living would hear a male voice, but she would be surprised if they could understand him.
So like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Exactly like that, I'm sure.
Total 100%. Like that's probably exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah. So then they walk into the bedroom where Holly and Steve were, and she sees this big dude again, and she says he's spread out, like spread eagle on the ceiling above somebody in the bed.
Creepy. I hate that.
Yeah. And she said they would see it as a big, giant shadow person, and they are freaking out, and he is laughing. He
So
thinks
he's
this is fun.
so
Yeah.
bad.
He's a real dick.
Oof, not good.
Mm-mm.
Just be nice.
No.
Be nice.
Yeah, he's
I
not.
don't like that.
He's
No.
not nice. He's
No,
the
he isn't.
problem.
Uh-oh.
Quote unquote, the
Of course,
problem.
it's a man. Just kidding.
I feel like we do a lot of man bashing.
We do a lot of men. For the
actually,
record,
I've cut a lot of it out too.
I mean, we are both married to men,
know,
so it's
right.
not like we hate men.
No, just icky ones.
Just icky ones.
Yeah.
We could hate icky women too.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So Steve's now talking to Randy. They're in the basement, and they're surrounded by glass lamps and lanterns. And I don't know what Randy does for a living, but he says that he's down there working sometimes. So I assume he fixes those or
Yeah.
does some kind of project with it. I'm not sure, but there was tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
He explains how he can be down there alone and he feels like someone's watching him.
Mm-hmm.
He has seen a large shadow figure looking at him from the top of the stairs.
Nope.
And he said he just kind of stared at it for a while. He was in shock and couldn't move and
No.
screamed, "What the fuck?" or something
Yeah.
like that, or "What the hell?"
That's a very valid response, right?
Yeah. He's also concerned about the marriage. He says that he angers easily. And he says something Holly says will just set him off and he gets super angry and he doesn't really understand why. And he mentions that he gets flashes in his head where he wants to punch somebody. So it sounds like it's like putting these, literally putting these ideas in his head.
The way that the woman spirit was infusing the other woman with her sadness, he's infusing Randy with his rage.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Good point. So Amy sees this dead male, the tall man, she calls him, crawling around.
To be a person?
Yes.
Okay.
She doesn't know that yet. But yes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. He's crawling around on the ceiling and he reaches down into the living. She feels a living male experiencing this, but also a living female. She sees this tall dead man putting his hands inside their heads. And Matt says, asks for clarification, what's his point? What's he trying to do? And she says he's manipulating them and turning them against each other. And she knows they're feeling a lot of anger and hate. And she says he's fucking with them pretty bad.
That's not good.
And then I was trying to get that as a sound clip where she said he's fucking with him pretty bad. Because she said it real spooky-like. And every time I tried to hit the record, the dogs would start barking. Because the neighbors were doing some landscaping.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, okay, shut up. You ready? Hit the button. So I did that 5 times. And then I finally got the dogs all quiet, closed my door, hit the switch. Neighbor turns on the leaf blower. So I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. And I quit for the day. Yeah. I gave up.
That's the universe being like, you need to stop.
Yeah. Go do something else for a little while.
Go watch some more shows.
Yeah. Which I think that's what I did.
As you should.
I have been watching some new shows too, but I give enough recommendations. I'll do that next time. So Steve is meeting with Heather, the oldest daughter. She's 19. She explains a feeling of dark, overwhelming anger. She says the whole house feels dark. she agrees that she has anger issues and she feels like she's being watched all the time. Steve asks if it's a curious way of being watched or a creepy way, and she says it's just a dark energy. And she says, especially in the basement, she heard a man's voice whisper in her ear, "What the hell?" And she said it felt like he was implying that she was invading his space.
Oh,
Like, what the hell are you doing?
man?
Yeah. And she sees a shadow figure hanging over her bed.
Nope.
I think we know what that is.
I don't like the shadow figures. They are never good. Have you ever heard somebody be like, "Oh my God, I saw a shadow figure," and I was just filled with happiness?
Right.
No.
Never.
Never happened. Oofta.
Yeah. So then we see.
Oofta.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Oofta. What is it? Coffee and bars.
Coffee and bars. Yeah. From Drop Dead Gorgeous with Kirstie Alley.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
I love that movie. I don't remember that from it, though. God, I love that movie so much.
It's so funny.
So Amy and Matt are in Heather's bedroom, and Amy sees the icky, dark guy. She doesn't see him putting his hands in anyone's head, but she suspects he probably is doing that.
Sure. Yep. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Love that for him.
Yep. So Steve then talks to the other daughter, Audrey, who's 16. She's the one that hit her head or had the accident.
Sees the dead people now.
Yep. And she says she experiences stuff every day, and most of it takes place in her bedroom, like her safe space, you know?
Yeah.
Or what should be.
Yeah,
safe space.
you're supposed, like, this stuff shouldn't be happening at your house. That's your safe haven.
Exactly. So one particularly terrifying thing that happened was she was laying in bed and she heard someone whisper in her ear, "I'm going to kill you."
That's aggressive. I don't know.
No. Steve asked what age the voice seemed, and she said, "Well, like your voice, like around that age." And he goes, "So not a kid?" She's like, "Yeah, no, not a kid." She saw an apparition of a lady in white out near the front entry.
They're always in white.
I know.
Or red or brown.
Isn't that funny?
Can we get like a lady
almost
in blue?
Like, yeah. How about a blue? How about a purple?
How about a purple?
Those are probably
lavender. A nice lilac.
Yeah, those are probably happy colors, and maybe this ghost is not happy.
I mean, red is very aggressive, like in your face color.
Yeah.
If I'm ever a ghost, I'm gonna do like a lady in lavender. So I'm gonna be.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
It's got nice alliteration.
Yep, it does. The lady in lavender.
Yeah, the lady in lavender.
I don't know that we get to choose, what we wear as.
Well, Amy says we can.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's like, I think she was talking like your afterlife, not necessarily if you're a ghost. Like, I think you can die and go on to the afterlife without being a ghost.
Okay, true.
I think.
Okay, from now on, I'm always going to wear lavender. So if I do die, I'm prepared.
I'm wearing purple now. I wear purple almost all the time anyway.
See, I wear blue. I have
a lot of
blue.
blues.
Maybe I should be the lady in blue, but that doesn't have
I'll be the lady.
alliteration.
You could be the
babe in blue.
The babe in blue. Yep.
Got it.
Or, yeah, we'll workshop this.
We'll workshop it. Yeah. To be continued.
Yeah. So she experiences every day, like your voice is the apparition of lady in white. She doesn't say anything, she just stares.
I think that's almost more unnerving than saying anything.
I know.
Just be stared at?
Yeah. So then Steve goes, Steve does the old, "Are you smoking anything? You boozing?" Nobody says, "You're a teenager." And she's like, yeah. And she's like very solemn while she's talking to him.
Yeah.
And he says, "You're a teenager."
Terrified.
Yeah.
He's so intimidating.
I know. And she's really tall. She's like at least as tall as Steve.
Really?
Yeah, she's a tall girl.
He's from Brooklyn.
And so he's like, "You're a teenager, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, like, what are you getting at?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, doing any smoking or anything?" I did a screenshot of that I'll put in the video. It was hilarious. And she just laughs and she goes, no.
Plus, what is she going to be like? "Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do. Don't tell my mom and dad or the TV cameras or."
To a former police officer?
Right.
Come on, Steve. Yeah, I just lit one up. You want to share? Look back.
Are you smelling it at me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she tells him how she was paralyzed with fear in her bed once. She saw
what is going on? Vivian. That sounded like a door squeak.
That was a Yorkie.
That was a Yorkie squeak.
I think she's behind the curtain over here.
Oh, she's a great and powerful Oz.
Yeah. Okay, so she tells him how she...
I see what the issue is. Is she dreaming? What is she doing?
She's playing, I think. Hopefully she'll be quiet now. Okay, she tells... This is what was happening when I was trying to record the other day.
Yeah.
She tells... All right, Vivian, do you want to be a part of this? All right, I'm just going to keep going. Hopefully I can cut her out a little bit.
Yeah.
Or friends, you'll just have to listen to my dog.
Yeah.
So she tells him how she was paralyzed with fear in the bed once. She saw the shadow figure in her room, a tall man, all black. And Steve tells her that her mom thinks that she might be attracting these things because of her abilities.
Yeah.
And asks how she feels about having abilities. And she answers, I'm not a fan. She said, I don't like having to see all that stuff, especially at 16. That's a lot to take on.
That's a lot. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Amy, I mean, if she does have that, Amy can mentor her or provide her, the name or a contact who can help her.
Yeah.
Because if she has them, they're not just going to go away.
Right.
I wish they did. I wish you could shut them off, but.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't sound like you can.
Mm-mm.
So Amy and Matt are now in Audrey's bedroom, and in a really creepy voice, Amy says, it's happening.
Amy, what's happening?
She says she feels blocked. And when Matt presses her about it, she says she thinks a living person is blocking her from getting anything, any kind of reading. And she says she doesn't feel safe in the area. I'm going to get her out of here because I just want to, I hope she's not like trapped under there or something.
Okay.
I'm going to go check.
Check. I'll stay here.
Miss Pickles.
First of all, Amy's finding her dog. Where's the dog? Where's the dog? Where's Vivian?
Where is she?
Miss Pickles.
Gracie, where is she?
We can't find her. She is gone. The dogs are looking. Where is she? Okay, now they're going to try to lure her out. Where is she? I don't see her. She's not going. Oh, I heard her. Where is she? Amy's trying to get her. Vivian is stuck. Stuck under the chair. She is stuck. Where is she? She is stuck. Oh, now Digby's taking off. Follow me, I know the way.
She is fine.
There she is. Oh, she got so big. Now Amy's banishing her. She has been banished. Amy's wearing a very cute dress. Okay.
Okay, they have been kicked out.
We are back. I did write a song.
Oh, you did? Good.
Yeah. Of course I did. What am I going to do? Sit here in silence?
She was behind the desk.
Oh.
And when I pretended like we were leaving, everybody else came out and she just stood there. She was staring at me and I was like, are you stuck or something? I don't think she was stuck.
No.
Her face was all wet though. I don't know how that happened. But
that's probably great.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's not a fan of her abilities.
Yes, she's not a fan of her abilities and she feels like that, it's a little bit much to take on. Okay, so then Amy and Matt are in Audrey's room and in a creepy voice, Amy says, it's happening. I know. And she says she feels blocked. And when Matt asks her what she means by that, she says she thinks that a living person is blocking her from being able to do any kind of reading about who's in the room spiritually.
On purpose?
Well, maybe not on purpose, but they're doing it, but they maybe don't know they're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I'm assuming this is Audrey. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm just,
spitballing
here. Yeah. But I think maybe Audrey is trying to block it herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's trying to block herself from it.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what's happening. So Amy says she does not feel safe in this area. And she says the tall dead guy keeps moving back and forth through all the bedrooms, and there are physical interactions. And then in this part, I thought, Amy, you should watch it because she started acting really differently. Like her mannerisms were not like her. So I'm not sure if someone was speaking through her. But she says the living person is hyperventilating and can't move, can't scream, nothing, eyes wide open. Oh my God.
So like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, probably. And I think Audrey did say that she had sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So yeah. And it just didn't seem like her personality. I don't know. It was really weird. But she says he's laughing. And then he puts the hand in the head. And then this is Amy saying, ooh, it's bad thoughts, bad thoughts. Wouldn't mind if she killed herself because he would try to keep her here.
Oh, I wonder if he's done that before.
Yeah, maybe.
Trapped spirits.
Maybe.
Hate when they do.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these dead people are really mean to other dead people.
Yeah, they are.
You know, it's like the one, your sanatorium one, where that one being was keeping all of those other people there and they just wanted to go.
They just wanted to move on. Like, they just want to rest. Yeah.
It's so crazy to me that evil people can be evil in death as well.
And it's
even after
that. To think about because, like, what if you're trapped?
Right.
What if somebody traps you?
Right. Ugh.
Okay, new fear unlocked.
New fear unlocked. Fear unlocked.
You have unlocked a new fear. Ooh, I can make that into a sticker.
Oh, yeah. So Steve explains how he made all of his usual calls and he spoke to a genealogist.
Not a gynecologist. That's a sticker. Sorry.
Yeah, that should be a sticker for sure. I have to remove my thing. It's sliding all over the place. So the genealogist's name is a good one, Sherry Smith Smigelski. Yeah.
She in Lord of the Rings. I'm sure she's never heard that.
She didn't look like that, but
that's good.
Turns out the previous owner's son hung himself on the property.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is the Pierce family. They were the first to own the property in 1873. This is Alpheus and his wife, Adeline. And they moved here from New York to start farming. They tried to have kids, but they were unable. So they had servants to help them on the farm. In 1850, an 11-year-old boy showed up on the census for the family. They don't know where he came from, but his name was William Franklin Kelly. They called him Frank.
Okay.
It appears that the Pierces did eventually adopt him when he was 20. And Sherry shows Steve a clipping from a newspaper that shows there was a name change for William Franklin Kelly, approved February 14th, 1861.
Okay.
So in 1879, Alpheus dies of a long and painful illness at the age of 66, and he died in the home. Now, this is not necessary.
That period.
Yeah, for 1879.
Yeah.
Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's their home, but it's because I'm sure this home that they're in now is like nice, new. It's not an old.
It's not the old one. Yeah.
Right.
It's just on the land.
It's on the land. Right.
It's not the original house.
Right. So Frank the adopted son, Frank becomes overwhelmed with the farm. And on February 11th, 1895, so that's a few years out later, after his dad died, he told his wife that he was going to get firewood and that she would never see him again. And he went out and hung himself from a tree on the property using the reins from his horse.
Oh, my God.
Yep. So this left Adeline, his mother, responsible for all the debt. She died of pneumonia at 86, a few years after Frank died. So Amy's now in the kitchen, and she sees a woman cooking, and it's the same woman who was crying and depressed from earlier.
I bet that's the mom.
She hears the word suicide. She said they're showing her someone hanging, and she says her neck hurts. It's just amazing to me how she...
I know.
Every time that happens, I'm like, God damn you.
I know. Every time. I'm always amazed. I'm never sitting here like, oh, there it is. Like, it just always blows my mind.
Yeah.
How accurate she is.
I know. She's so good. So Steve talks to his friend and journalist, Lou Hebert, who knows about some mob activity that happened around here. One of the victims lived right near Holly and Randy's home. So Anthony Thomas was a mob boss. In 1935, he was arrested for murder. He was about 20 years old. The judge gives him life, but that only ended up being about 18 years. They don't know why, but for some reason in 1954, he was back on the street. Because the justice system was just as fucked up as it is now.
Try to have faith in it, but
I know.
It's so hard some days.
Yeah, it really is. Steve asks, was he reformed? No. Picked right back up where he left off, running prostitutes, quote unquote, and started doing debt collecting. It was for this that he picked up a new nickname, Shrieky, due to the sounds of the people who were on his collections list.
That's great. I love that for him.
Yep.
So
Shrieky.
Fun.
Yeah. So now we go back to Matt and Amy, and she says that the tall dead guy's here. There have been deaths. He pointed at himself and said me and 2 others, but he was not specific about them. She said she felt like he may have caused more deaths when he was alive. He said, I bet you'd like to know who I am, and started laughing.
No, he's like aware of everything too.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he's talking right to Amy. So, you know. So now in this part, it appears that she is standing outside the house and recounting something that she had happened earlier, like maybe not on the property. It looks like she's reading from her book. She's like kind of just telling Matt what she saw at one point. My guess is she originally met this guy before she got to the property. It's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah.
So we're back to Steve and Lou, and they are talking. They're talking about a death that happened near the client's property. Joseph Bozide. So Shrieky started visiting Bozide, so we know he owed him money. This was in December 6th of 1971. Bozide's car exploded. He got in, turned the ignition, kaboom.
That is such a mob move, too.
I know. And it was less than a mile from Holly and Randy's property. They're pretty sure it was a mob hit. They don't have enough to charge Shrieky, and the case remains cold. Steve notes that he's heard a lot of wise guys' names in his time, and that people must have shit their pants when they heard this one.
Yeah. I'm sure he calls them wise guys. God,
I know.
He's so Brooklyn.
I know. I love that.
I love it.
So
Steve, I love you so much.
I know. He's the best. So speaking of wise guys' names, I did a little research on this. I was trying to find more about this mob hit. Well, on the same day, in the same town, another man involved with the mob is murdered in his home. And this man's name is Saul, and his wise guy name is Good Looking Solly Schindel. He was shot to death by the Giacalone family crew member, enforcer Bobby the Animal La Puma.
Who comes up with
Can't make this shit up.
No, you can't.
So Amy sees a guy on the ground. They're in the garage now. And she says she doesn't know what happened to him, but he's messed up. She's like messed up. And then this is production. You hear a car engine trying to start up. So like the producers of the show are trying to make you think the guy that got blown up in the car.
Yep.
So yeah, I wouldn't even have heard it except that I had the captions on, and it says car engine started.
Yeah. Who watches shows without captions?
I know, right? That's the best part sometimes, especially in like Stranger Things. Those captions are amazing.
Yeah. See, I can't watch the show because I think it would scare me.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah. See, I can't watch it. But yeah, ever since I started listening to True Crime Obsessed, and Jillian talks about how she watches with captions on. You miss a lot if you don't have the captions on.
Yes. It helps me to like remember who people's names are and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't do it without captions anymore. I'm officially 100 years old, but I don't care.
No, it's okay. I've been doing it for years. So, okay. So, car engine. And she says he's Italian. He's Italian looking, and she's getting pain. He was killed quickly.
Good.
The guy knows who's attacking him. So she suspects the tall, thin dude to be the murderer.
So if she feels pain, then that means he felt pain, which means it does hurt to get blown up. We wondered that.
Even if it's just for a minute, you know. Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Yeah. And ask and you shall receive, I guess. Anyways, Moving on. Great.
And she said, he keeps saying, oh my God, help me get up, help me. And she goes, this goes on for a really long time. I'll put a sound clip in, but
yeah.
she's like, oh my God, help me. It sounds awful. And Gracie is banging on the door.
I can hear it.
Because I kicked them out.
Yep.
Okay, so then we show Steve. He's digging through the archives.
Yep.
And there was a plane that went down. He talks to Karen Risco. I can't remember who she was, or she must have been a librarian or something. Anyway.
She probably was.
Yeah. So the pilot was 22-year-old David Opie. He lived about 2,000 miles from the house. He was a mail carrier, and he loved flying. And he just had completed his pilot training. This is December 9th, 1974. Took off and went around the neighborhood. He was supposed to fly over the house and wave to his father, but he was flying too low and too close. The plane sputtered and crashed while his dad looked on. His dad saw the whole thing. I know.
Oh, my God.
So sad.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
No, I'd rather not.
I can't. So now Amy is in the basement and she says, there's a male down here. He's very dead looking. And Matt's like, well, what do you mean by that? And she says, she says he can't close his mouth. His eyes are all sunken. They don't, like he doesn't have eyes. And this was in the 1970s or 80s. And she thinks he killed himself. Okay. So now we're on the sketch. And she's sketching the tall man in the bedroom.
Great.
And I noted that, P.S., during the sketch, she is wearing a pink shirt that I have seen her wear before. And I couldn't remember if it was just something that was on her Poshmark or if it was on Instagram. I found the Instagram post where she was wearing it.
Nice.
It's a really pretty pink shirt. And I remembered that the comments were all like, oh my God, Amy, that shirt looks beautiful on you. And so when I saw this, I was like, that's that shirt.
Yeah. She does look really good in like the corals. It goes really well with her skin
tone. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the reveal. We do the introductions, and then Steve says Amy's doing her dealio in another room so she can concentrate on the case and the dead without any distractions, which we all know is code for COVID. Amy talks about the depressed deceased woman and that there's a suicide, and she showed Amy somebody hanging. Amy's concerned because the dead woman is connecting with the living female in the house and is doing so by holding her hand. And because of that, the female could be suffering from depression and feeling suicidal. Amy asks about Heather. She's asking Holly about Heather, and she says she's the one that's holding hands with the dead woman. So Heather's the older daughter. Amy says Heather is a psychic empath, and so she's going to feel everything. The dead woman,
tough.
I know. The dead woman wants to purge her soul into the living person.
So she can be at ease and at peace, which I get, but don't do that though. Find somebody willing or,
Yeah. So Steve connects the depressed housewife to Adeline Pierce, whose husband died and her adopted son hung himself. Amy talks about being in Audrey's room where she felt she was energetically locked, probably unintentionally, but put in place by the living person as protection. Steve brings up the reason Holly thinks that Audrey is the cause of this because of that accident that happened. And Amy said, yep, she's a physical medium. So Randy and Holly look at each other and what looked like that explains it.
Yeah, like I knew it.
Steve asks if the accident could be why she sees dead people, and Amy says, yeah, trauma concussed, sudden awakenings. And I said, we have a title.
Yes.
The title of the episode.
Got it. Oh, Amy, look at you go. You're so clever.
Holly says that Audrey has visions that Holly will not be alive next year when Audrey graduates. So, yeah, she talks about all of her surgeries. And when she says she's had 21 surgeries, Amy goes, what? I did a screenshot of Amy doing that. Then she says the reason for her health issues is that she, Holly, is a psychic empath healer. And she explains that healers take on other people's emotions. I know. This whole family. I mean, Randy seems to be the only one that isn't psychic.
Yeah.
And he can see stuff, so he's sensitive.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
So then Amy gets to the big issue, the male. She says he's threatening. He talks a lot, so they would hear him. They talk about Heather hearing the what the hell and Audrey hearing the I'm going to kill you. Steve asks who could this be? And Amy says that he told her that he never killed anyone, but she doesn't believe him. She talks about the man who died on the floor in the garage. He was in his late 40s. Steve tells the story of Anthony Shrieky Thomas and that his victim was probably Bozide. Steve suspects that Bozide was running a chop shop because he was a mechanic.
Yeah.
She thinks it's highly likely that the tall guy is Shrieky and that the victim is Bozide. She said the living would see him as a shadow type figure up on the ceilings.
Mhm.
And they talk about how everyone in the family has seen the shadow figure.
Yep.
And now it's sketch time.
Uh-huh.
And I,
Said, do you want to text it to me?
yeah, except that I think I might have removed it from my phone because I wasn't thinking. So I'm going to go to my Google Pictures and try and send it to you there.
Okay.
So we'll just cut this part out, unless you want to make up a song.
I don't know. My creativity is kind of tapped
Yeah,
out. I already made up the one song about looking for your dog.
Where is the dog? Okay.
He is looking for her dog. Where is Miss Pickles? Where is she? Oh, this is how you spell puka.
Is it Pooka?
Yeah. K-A-H.
Ah,
Nope, never mind. No H.
I think it's spelled a few different ways depending on what.
Holy fuck nuts.
Yeah, it's a creepy picture.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's got why can't I think of the word? It's like, give me a minute here. Insect. It's making me think of an insect.
Mhm. The arms and legs.
That's
So,
terrifying.
that's the sketch. And they talk about how Holly thinks something is taking over Randy. Randy talks about how something is taking over Heather.
Mhm.
So the solution, Amy says you need to get a female sensitive that will come in, sit down with the girls and cut all the cords and any attachments
Yep.
they have.
Yep.
And the male medium needs to come in and move on the troubled dead. He'll start with the guy in the garage and then the female, and he will lock in on the bad guy and get him out of the house.
I'm so scared.
She said once he's out, she suggested the girls go to psychotherapy counseling, and Holly and Randy need to go to marriage counseling, and then they can stay for sure. And
Yeah.
they already seem happier as soon as she says that. And then the update says Holly and Randy are still searching for a sensitive and a medium, and the activity continues. However, on that Facebook post,
Uh-huh.
somebody said, "You and your family are lovely. My hubby and I sure hope that things have changed for the better now.
Yeah.
Stay together no matter what." And Randy replied back, "Thank you. We had the house cleansed and the spirits removed."
Oh, good.
So,
Good. Awesome.
but yeah. So Randy, if you're listening, we would love Randy or Holly or the kids.
Or the girls. Yeah.
Anybody, we'd love to have
Yep.
you on the show and chit chat about your experience and stuff.
Yes.
So
I'm glad that the spirits have moved on.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys are all safe and doing well.
Yep. This was a good episode. And I like
Yeah.
the family were so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Well, yeah, I've got dogs banging on the door. You've
Yeah.
got probably
I've got a
kids
crying
stuff going on.
toddler.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
well,
All right,
thank
well,
you
thanks,
so much, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Activity Continues podcast. We really appreciate you giving us your ears for a bit. Please reach out if you have a suggestion for which episode of the Dead Files we should cover next, or if you have a spooky story you'd like us to share on the show. We can be reached at theactivitycontinues@gmail.com or through our website or any of our socials. Links are all in the description of the show. Please feel free to drop us a note and say hi. And join us next time when the activity continues. The Activity Continues is produced by me, Amy, at Collected Sounds Media and is part of the independent Collected Sounds podcast network. We are also proud members of the Boo Pod network of super cool podcasts.
Nailed it.